Did you know you can sell your home and still live there? It's called post-close possession. And the way that works is that you sell your home, you get the proceeds, but you get to live there for some period of time after closing. The reason sellers like this is because they can sell their property, get the proceeds for the purchase of their replacement property, and not have that awkward time between moving out of your existing home and moving into the new home. Part of post-close possession is typically going to involve the seller setting aside some portion of their sale proceeds, usually about 2%, in case something gets damaged between closing and the day they turn possession of the property over to the buyer. Now, this creates some distinct risks for the seller because that's your money, it's not the buyer's money. And to release that money, it requires the agreement of both the buyer and the seller. And if for any reason the buyer's unhappy, they may decide to try to hold your money up. That's why it's super important to have a written post-close possession agreement signed by both parties so that any potential disputes are easily addressed based on what's in that agreement. Look, I've seen sellers lose some or all of that escrow just because there was a loosely written post-close possession agreement. Don't let yourself end up in that situation. When I'm working with sellers who have post-close possession, I make sure we've got a rock solid post-close possession agreement. I want to make sure you don't lose any of those escrow funds, make sure that the keys get handed over, the buyer gets what they want, and you get all your money back. Because even though it doesn't feel like it, you're not living in someone else's house. So let's make sure you're protected in case that someone else decides they don't like what happened. If you're thinking about staying a couple extra days after closing, make sure you get me involved. I'll make sure you're protected. Please DM me with any questions you might have about this.